Hi, everyone. I'm here to share with you some strategies to increase participation with your students online and specifically in their when they're in their breakout rooms. So how we can increase participation in a collaborative setting. And so one of the things that has been really successful for me is using shared documents. So in this case, I'm using Google Slides. And what I've done is in the Google Slides, I prepare them with a template for the students. And I think of this very much as a like a gallery walk would be in the classroom, right? So you would have posters on the wall ready to go for each of your groups. And just like a gallery walk, in the template, it has opportunity for all of your students to be able to collaborate in different ways. And then, of course, because we're on our online setting, one of the ways to um, hold students accountable is by assigning colors. So here's an example. Here's the example of a template. So this is here their goal is to take data and to really break it down into looking at graphs and being able to look at the equation of the linear regression model and to be able to make predictions. And so every student was actually given a different set of data, but the process was all the same. And so here's an example of one group's completed slide, right? So they have all of their poster, if you will, is complete, and then at the bottom is typically where they're going to put who did what, right? That's the accountability piece. So the breakout room or that group works on their slide. And so in this case, I think I gave the students about 10 or 15 minutes to complete their slide. While on my end, I'm able to see their progression and monitor that because I can see it all right here on the side, right? Checking in on each group slide. So once the students were complete or had completed their problem, we then moved into the actual gallery walk, where each template at the bottom had some, post-its, right? That already said on it, notice and wonder. And so each student, breakout room, went to a particular slide. And here is where they started making some notice and wonderings about another group's poster. So again, in this case, the process was the same for everybody in that when a student was analyzing someone else's work, they already understood the process of what that group had done. In this case, they were more looking at analyzing the process in this particular given context and interpreting the results in this context. So here they're making notice and wonderings, and they're doing this per group. And so you can see here that group 2 has one post-it. And this again increased the participation, the conversation within the group because they only had one post-it. So they had to collectively decide what is it that we want that is noteworthy of writing down something that we notice and what is noteworthy of something that we wonder. And so each group had about 5 minutes to go to each slide. And I, of course, was monitoring their progress on the notice and wondering as well. But also we have the capability through Zoom to send out messages. And so about every 5 minutes, I would move the students along saying, you should now be on your second slide, making your second post-it. And that was helpful, so that by the end, all of the groups had some really rich noticing and wonderings to come back to, right? So this kind of moved them forward into their next phase of how they could then go back and edit and revise maybe some of their work. Okay, thank you for listening.